Om Namo Narayana. Welcome back to our reading of the Mundaka Upanishad, one of the most famous and revered Upanishads, joined today by Cookie Monster and my stuffed pig, and an array of creatures around us. So today we're on part 2 out of 3. That thing that is such is true. As from a fire fully ablaze, fly off sparks in their thousands that are akin to the fire, similarly, from the imperishable originate different kinds of creatures, and into it again they merge. The Purusha is transcendental, since he is formless, and since he is coexistive with all that is eternal and internal, and since he is birthless, therefore he is without vital force and without mind. He is pure and superior to the other superior imperishable. From him originates the vital force as well as the mind, all the senses, space, air, fire, water, and earth that supports everything. The indwelling self of all is surely he of whom the earth is the head. The moon and the sun are the two eyes, the directions are the two ears, the revealed Vedas are the speech, air is the vital force, the whole universe is the heart, and it is he from whose 2 feet emerged the earth. From him emerges the fire, of which the fuel is the sun. From the moon emerges cloud, and from the cloud the herbs and the corns and the earth. A man sheds the semen to a woman. From the Purusha have originated many creatures. From him emerged the Rik, Sama, and Yajna mantras, initiation, all the sacrifices, whether with or without the sacrificial stake, offerings to Brahmanas, the year, the sacrificer, and the worlds where the moon sacrifices all, and where the sun shines. And from him duly emerged the gods in various groups, the Sadyas, human beings, beasts, birds, life, rice, and barley, as well as austerity, faith, truth, continence, and dutifulness. From him emerge the 7 sense organs, the 7 flames, the 7 kinds of fuel, the 7 oblations, and these 7 seats where move the sense organs that sleep in the cavity and have been deposited by God in groups of 7. From him emerge all the oceans and the mountains. From him flow out the rivers of various forms, and from him issue all the corns as well as the juice, by virtue of which the internal self verily exists in the midst of the elements. The Purusha alone is all this, comprising karma and knowledge. He who knows this supreme immortal Brahman existing in the heart destroys here the knot of ignorance. It is effulgent, near at hand, and well known as moving in the heart, and it is the great goal. On it are fixed all these that move, breathe, and wink, and do not wink. Know this one which comprises the gross and the subtle, which is beyond the ordinary knowledge of creatures, and which is the most desirable and the highest of all. That which is bright and is subtler than the subtle, and that on which are fixed all the worlds, as well as the dwellers of the worlds, is this immutable Brahman. It is this vital force, it again is speech and mind, this entity that is such is true. It is immortal. It is to be penetrated, so shoot at it. Taking hold of the bow, the great weapon familiar in the Upanishads, one should fix on it an arrow sharpened with meditation, drawing the string. Hit that target that is the imperishable one, with the mind absorbed in its thought. Om is the bow, and the soul is the arrow, and Brahman is called its target. It is to be hit by an unerring man. One should become one with it, just like an arrow. Know that self alone that is one without a second, on which are strung heaven, the earth, and the interspace, the mind and the vital forces together with all the other organs, and give up all other talks. This is the bridge leading to immortality. Within that heart in which are fixed the nerves like the spokes on the hub of a chariot wheel, moves this aforesaid self by becoming multiformed. Meditate on the self, thus with the help of Om. May you be free from hindrances in going to the other shore beyond darkness. That self which is omniscient in general and all-knowing in detail, and which has such glory in this world, that self which is of this kind, is seated in the space within the luminous city of Brahman. It is conditioned by the mind. It is the carrier of the vital forces and the body. It is seated in food by placing the intellect in the cavity of the heart. Through their knowledge, the discriminating people realize that self as existing in its fullness everywhere, that self that shines surpassingly as blissfulness and immortality. When that self, which is both the high and the low, is realized, the knot of the heart gets united, all doubts become solved, and one's own actions become dissipated. In the supreme bright sheath is Brahman, free from taints and without parts. It is pure, and it is the light of lights. It is that which the knowers of the self realize. There the sun does not shine, nor the moon, nor the stars, nor do these flashes of lightning shine there. How can this fire do so? Everything shines according as he does so. By his light all this shines diversely. All this that is in front is but Brahman, the immortal. Brahman is at the back, as also on the right and the left. It is extended above and below too. This world is nothing but Brahman, the highest. Thus ends Part 2 of the Mundaka Upanishad. And this needs no commentary. Feel free to check out Wikipedia if you want some.